Hey guys, Sergio Terreros here from Expo Contratista in Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you so much for watching the podcast. Well, not watching the podcast, hearing the podcast and watching our YouTube videos. Remember, guys, to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want to know that the companies, the products, and the services for contractors top in the league in the United States. So today we are in the Expo Contratista. Is day one, okay? And I'd like to talk to you guys about a service that every single contractor needs. But you know me, I don't know everything. That's why I bring experts. I brought Mr. Cardoza, which Mr. Cardoza is the owner of RecovR?
Cardoza Tracker Nation.
Cardoza
Tracker Nation. And we distribute RecovR into the United States.
Okay, perfect. Why we gonna start with this? Let's talk about your company, what you do, what is the expertise of your company?
Sure, Cardoza Tracker Nation is a division actually of Cardoza Waste Parts Nation. We really specialize in niche products for the waste and the construction markets. One of those products that we're featuring and highlighting at the Expo Contratista is RecovR Asset Tracker. It's a great device for tracking any type of material that you have, like skid steers, bulldozers, equipment for roofing, equipment for tile, anywhere where you're trying to secure your equipment, make sure you can find out where it's at, theft alert, GPS, we can do it all and make sure that everything stays where it's supposed to be 24/7.
And it happens more than often that you can imagine, because before I start working with more contractors and hands on hands, I didn't know that those skid steers, the big ones, they get stolen too often. It's like people is basically chasing you, like to take them from you. Like now the system. If I put it in my skid steer or my equipment, how it works is what about if they remove the battery?
Yeah, this is a really good point that you bring up, Sergio. There's no battery change on this particular device. Wow. It'll work the program is for 3 years, and there's no subscription. So we're not putting you into a Netflix type program where you're paying constantly. You pay one time up front, and after that we provide all the service, the background. The battery does not require changing, so there's no labor. The device installs in about 60 seconds.
Okay.
We give you complete training, and we give you 24/7 service if you ever need it in the United States. You get your own dashboard, you get your own app, and you get to be able to track your devices anywhere. Your equipment you're gonna know where it's at 24/7.
Okay, so it doesn't require battery. It doesn't require to be connected to the skid steer, right? So if they take it, like, how long is it gonna stay? You say forever? Like
3 years.
3 years.
3 years. And then what happens after 3 years? You'll be satisfied with the program. Technology's changing so quick. We get you another device and we give you another 3-year program.
Okay.
So that's as fast as it works.
That's good. Every 3 years, you can change it. And I assume like you have different sizes or how it works. Can I hide it?
You can hide it. It comes 2 different ways. The standard version is going to be the actual device. It's about 3x1. And it comes inside an IP67 case, which is completely waterproof.
Okay.
So that way you can put it on the outside of the equipment, or you can put it on the inside. But Sergio, you bring up a very good point. One of the things about equipment like skid steers and other construction equipment is quite often they already have telematics on it, which is a wired system. But if a thief cuts the telematics, the wire system no longer works. With the RecovR device, you put it on, so it's a secondary form of safety. So just in case your telematics is not working, this will continue to work. We put it on vehicles, for example. We just put 275,000 of these into CarMax.
200 and how many do you sell? Are you rich? You sell a lot of those. Well, it's a company that that need to track all those cars. Oh, definitely. It's like you say, it's a second opportunity to track the device, because thieves, they get smarter and smarter, right? They know about this technology, so it's a great point to have like a secondary layer of protection, I can say, in the device. Now, who do you usually see uses most people for their car, for their equipment, for the tools.
Yeah, it can even be used for tools. I would say it's nice to talk about the 275,000 grand slam home runs, but what's more common is with our contractors, even companies that do rental, 5 to 10 pieces, and I'll tell you why. Because there's certain devices that you want to keep track of very well. The secondary cool thing about this is it stops some of the weekend warriors, and what I mean by that is almost every company's got 1 or 2 guys that on the weekend say, you know, I'm going to do a little side job, I think I'll borrow the backhoe. Well, this way you'll know exactly where everything is at, and you can go back the entire 3 years history and check out where this device was at every single day. So you'll know a complete history of where it was parked, how long it was parked. If it's not moving in 2 or 3 days, then we also give you a dormancy alert. So you want to make sure you're making money with your equipment, so you don't want it sitting cold. Yeah.
Now let me ask you. Now you brought a good point. So let's say, you know, can I get alerts? Is how it works? Like,
yes.
If they move it, or how am I gonna know?
There's a couple of different alerts you get. Number one, if let's say they find the device and they try to move it, the minute they touch it, you'll get a tamper alert. Okay. But what you can also do is what we call geofencing. So you can make an area on a tool that if it leaves let's say it leaves your yard, and let's say it leaves your yard between 1 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock in the morning. As soon as it leaves that perimeter, you get what's called a theft alert. That comes up on your phone. As soon as that comes up and you say, that's not supposed to be moving, you hit a button, this device will start beeping every 15 minutes normally, and then what it'll do is it'll switch to beeping every 3 minutes. So you'll be able to track in real time where the device is going. And if it's on a skid steer, a roll-off box, a larger piece of equipment, it's not going to be moving very quick.
All right.
You can also take that hyperlink and send it to the local police authorities, and they'll be able to track it for you.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, this technology, guys, you know, you have to get those kind of devices, because we know actually it happens a lot outside the retail store, you know, the construction, building material retail store. We hear, you know, we travel all the United States, right? And we hear all these sad stories like, oh yeah, you know, they stole my equipment, or they stole this, or they stole that. Actually, the trucks and everything. So, and it's happening. The only thing that we need to do is, you know, take these kind of initiatives and invest in protecting our assets or equipment. So, okay, it's everything. I can, you know, the battery takes, you know, 3 years to run out. So, what about if I wanna have for example, the roofer guys, they have 5, 10 trucks, right? And how I can track if the battery, we need new battery? Like, it gives me a beep, or how if, you have an app?
Yes. So if let's say, for example, the actual battery was going low, about 6 months before it was going to die, you're going to get an alert. And the minute you get that alert, I get that alert at my company, we just send you a new unit. I've been doing this now for 2.5 years with this company. I have not sent out any units yet. So they work pretty much fail safe. Awesome. Another interesting thing for you to think about, Sergio, I just got back from a crime prevention company meeting in California. What's happening is the police less and less are prosecuting for a lot of things. So now people are upping their game. So instead of taking maybe a $1,000 piece of equipment, they're taking a $250,000 piece of equipment, because they know that they're going to get prosecuted. Probably not, so they're going to go for it. And in California, a lot of the stuff is going over into Mexico. Yeah. But the nice thing about this too is this device works in 32 different countries. So if it goes to Mexico, or if it goes to Canada, or if it gets put on a vessel to go overseas, we can track it on the water. We can track it all the way to Europe. We can track it to Asia. So it's got a lot of power to it.
Okay, no, definitely. You know, it's you're not gonna never, you know, not know where your equipment's at. Excellent. I love it, man. You know, this kind of technology have to be implemented. Now, lastly, for example, if I want to buy, like 10, 15 equipments, where I can find you? Like,
My name is Gary Cardoza. It's my own company, and it's called Cardoza Tracker Nation.
what about the website?
The website is www.wastepartsnation.com. That will take you right to the RecovR page. We have special show pricing at the Expo Contratista. I'm working the booth. Just come on by. We take credit cards. There's no credit card fee for the show. So we get the devices out fast and furious. We can get you on we do about a 15-minute little training session with you over Zoom or Google Meets. That gets you fully acclimated with the program, and we move on from there. But the one thing I really want to stress is I have customers that have 2 devices. I have customers that have 2,000 devices. RecovR has customers with 275,000 devices. We treat everybody exactly the same. We want to protect your equipment, we want to protect your assets, and we want to grow with you. So that's very important that I want to get that point across.
Yeah, definitely. And as well, rooferos, people the framing, people the landscapers, that they have a lot of trucks and a lot of equipment out there. Because they leave it in probably in the storage or with their cousins or whatever. For a cousin, it's always gonna be easy for him borrow your truck or borrow your tools, right? Like, hey, I have
borrow.
Yeah. Like, I know we know that happened. So I'm glad that we come to, or you came to Expo Contratista, because this is a product that every single person in construction need to know. Thank you so much, Mr. Cardoza, for being in our podcast. Remember, guys, stay tuned. We want to keep pushing more content to you guys through the weekend here in Expo Contratista Day 1. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you guys.
Peace.